your handstand looks like this instead of this because you're doing these 5 mistakes, and today we're gonna fix that. The first mistake is having a bad entry for the handstand. So it basically means the way you go into the handstand. And what most people do, they are entering the handstand in a way that they don't control the movement. So for example, they are doing it like that. They're standing up, and from this position they are trying to go to the handstand. So something like that. And it's very hard to find the balance, because first of all, you can very easily like over lean and go forward, or not kick strong enough and actually go into the handstand position. So the best way that you can do this and to avoid this mistake is to actually, first of all, set your hands on the parallels. If you're doing it on parallels, if you're doing it just on the floor, just put your hands on the floor. After that, make sure that your arms are straight. These are the first two things. You put your hands, your arms are straight, you're lifting your ass a little bit higher. One of your legs is bended, as you can see. For my case, it's my right leg, and the other one is straight. So after that, you kick with your bended leg, you go into the handstand position, and you put your legs together, and you just hold the handstand. So this is the first and most important step. If you want to have a clean handstand, you need to have a clean entry. The second mistake that most beginners, and not even only beginners, are doing, unfortunately, is having relaxed legs. So they're thinking about their upper body, they're thinking about having straight arms, flexing their core, but they forgot the legs. But the legs are like literally half of your body. You can't just ignore the legs and expect to hold a clean handstand without flexing your legs. So what these people do is basically this example. So it's going to look like that, with legs somewhere hanging like that. But if you want to have a clean handstand, you need to flex your legs. You can see. So once you flex your legs, first of all, you're going to feel your body way better. You're going to feel in the space, where are your legs? Like, are they going too much forward? Are they going backwards? And you're actually going to be able to feel your body, right? And another bonus tip that you can do here is not just to flex your upper part of the legs, but to actually point your toes. So you want them to be like that when you're doing the handstand, to flex your calves, and this is actually going to help you engage your leg muscles better, and you're going to have way more control on the movement. The third mistake that most people are doing is having a relaxed core, which is also a huge one, because even if your legs are going to be flexed, right, you're going to flex your legs, you're going to flex your calves, you're going to feel your legs, but if your core is relaxed, this is like the middle of your body. Your core is going to connect your legs and your upper body, so this is also a very important part of the handstand. And exactly because of that, most people are going to have the problem with the banana handstand, and it's just going to be ugly. And also this is going to make it harder to go to harder progressions of the handstand in the future. For example, for handstand push-ups, 90 degrees handstand push-ups, and so on, once you get a little bit stronger. So how it's going to look like, basically, it's going to be, this is a straight good handstand with a relaxed core. It's going to be something like that. And even if your legs are going to be straight, if your core is relaxed, you're still not going to be in a straight line. So you wanna flex your core and also flex your legs. And this is going to allow you to have a clean handstand and to feel your whole body. The fourth mistake is having bended arms. So the handstand is a straight arm skill. You want your arms to be fully straight, right? Some people have limitations. For example, maybe I have a little bit of, I forgot the word, I think hyper something. My arm is even bending a little bit more than 180 degrees. Some people don't have that, but just you need to straighten your arms to your maximum. For some people it's going to be like that, for example. And most people are doing the handstand with bended arms, because this is going to make the balance part a little bit easier, but it's going to make the handstand also look ugly, and you know, it's just not a complete skill. Like, you can't say that you can hold a handstand if you're going to hold it like that, because this is not a handstand. It's like holding the planche with, instead of straight arms, holding it like that. Like, it's not a planche. So how it's going to look like, basically, once again you go into the handstand and your arms are bended, for example, and you know, I can't be in a straight line like that. Even if I'm going to flex my core, you know, flex my legs, I can't be in a straight line. So you need to straighten your arms if you actually want to be in a clean handstand position. And yes, it's going to be harder in terms of the balance, but if you want to have a clean handstand, you need to focus on that. In the beginning, if you can't hold a handstand like even for a second with straight arms, you can start with a little bit bended arms, but once you can hold it for like 10 seconds with bended arms, you need to go and actually learn it the proper way and to straighten your arms. And the fifth and final mistake that we are going to talk about today is having a poor body alignment, so not being in a straight line. And this time the problem is going to be from your shoulders, because look, when you're doing the handstand, you want to be in a clean straight line. So this is, you know, a clean handstand. But what most people do is they are doing the handstand like that, and this is not a clean straight line. So I'm going to show you how this mistake is going to look like. Basically, you go into the handstand, and instead of holding it like that, they're gonna hold it like that. You know, you're not in a clean line, and I have seen quite a lot of people doing these mistakes, even some of my clients, and I know this is just a poor habit. You know, you have learned the handstand in a bad technique, in a bad way, and now you need to change it. And yes, it's hard, but if you want to have a clean handstand, you must do it. So for some people, it's going to be a flexibility issue. Some people just can't put their hand like on 180 degrees. For example, this is going to be their maximum, right? They can't go here. If that's the case, if you can't, like not in a handstand, but just in a normal position like that, stand in a clean line, it means that you don't have enough shoulder flexibility. What you can do is, you can do these two exercises. Like, this is literally going to be all that you need. So you're just going to stretch your shoulders before the workout and also after the workout, at the end of the workout. So you can do this type of stretching, you know, pushing a little bit but not too hard. You don't want to put too much pain on your shoulders, just a little bit. You can do it with one of your shoulders, then with the other one. This is the first exercise, and the second one is you put your elbow on something and you push down. You need to make sure that you're going above 180 degrees. And the same for the other one. You put it like that and you push down. Once you work on your flexibility a little bit and you can already do it in a normal position, not in the handstand, you need to start doing it in the handstand. So from this position, which is the wrong one, this one, you want to push your head between your shoulders. So from this position, you just need to try, and you need to do this movement from going like that to this position, and always look at your hands, always look at your wrists when you're doing the handstand. Don't look backwards, because it's just going to be too hard for you, especially in the beginning, and you're just going to lose balance and you're going to fall down most likely. So that was the fifth mistake. Super important. If you want to have a clean line, you need to work on your flexibility and to focus on putting your head between your shoulders so that you can be in a clean line. Because if your head is going to be in front of your shoulders, you're not going to be in a clean line no matter what you do. And if you have been struggling with the handstand for quite a lot of time, but you don't know what is your mistake and how to progress further, or for example you're trying to learn skills like the planche, the one-arm handstands, or other harder skills, but you don't know how to progress and what is your mistake, you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. The link is going to be in the description. It's just a simple application. You're going to tell me shortly what is the problem that you're facing, and we are going to have a short conversation where we are going to see how I can actually help you professionally achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. And basically that was it for today's video. I think that it was pretty helpful. I hope that you learned something new. And once again, I'm telling this in every single video, the most important thing is to actually take action, and not just watching this video for entertainment, but to put it into your workouts and actually make some progress. So if you need, come back to this video, watch it again until you actually understand these 5 mistakes and you start to avoid them and make your handstand look clean. So as always, expect redemption and see you in the next one.